And now, ladies and gentlemen, the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley.
Dun, 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 dun.
Little less talk, little more action. Hi-oh.
Let me do this karate move and hope I don't split my pants.
I just did a little bit of karate. Oh, pooped myself. Kung Fu Elvis shits his white Kung Fu outfit.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Rock and Roll, the podcast, featuring Dr. Nick Redbaum, Tom Nelson, and me,
Brock Johnson.
Rock and Roll, the podcast is brought to you by
Power Plant Car Audio and Accessories on Kimberly Road in Twin Falls, Idaho. PowerPlantWeb.com.
Promotional consideration provided by
Power Plant.
I don't. Yeah, I think once we. I don't think
when
we
the music died, I just kind of lost it.
Yeah,
it was just over.
So
yeah.
it's my fault.
No, I need it. I need it.
No, go ahead and blame him.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Go ahead and blame
yeah, way to go, dude.
It's your fault.
Blame me.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Blaine's gonna hate you.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
So have you noticed? I think we had some additions. Oh no!
Mike Dirnt is down.
Dirnt is down.
Dude down.
Okay, we got him.
Or it's that Lance Bass, as you had brought up last week.
Are you sure
sorry.
it's not Lance Bass?
Could be Lance Bass.
I'm not up on my boy bands.
It's all right. You're better off for it.
It's true.
I am quite up on my boy bands.
Really? Oh, because your wife was a big old fan. So you don't have a choice.
Yeah, like the originals, like the news, like BTS and nah.
Okay.
But the classics.
Okay, I don't even know what a BTS is.
New Kids on the Block.
Right.
Menudo.
Oh, okay.
That's a delicious soup.
It is.
Okay, then what about NSYNC and Backstreet Boys?
Well, yeah, they were the original.
No, Backstreet, they weren't originals.
Well, no, but I mean, they were early on in that 90s invasion of boy bands.
Because like Menudo and New Kids on the Block, those are the first ones I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. This is
Oh, hey!
man. Hold on.
Party foul.
It's a spam risk. Hello?
Go ahead and swear. We'll bleep it.
Janet's on a recorded line. Janet, I'm doing great. I'd also appreciate it if you'd go yourself.
She's still trying to sell you the discount card.
Oh, she gave me her callback number in case there's a moment later that I don't want her to herself. Sure. We're gonna have to get some bleeps in there because I think I broke the barrier for the first time.
You did.
29 episodes in.
Couple times.
Yeah, twice. That was a double.
Wow.
Double
Though,
effort.
to be fair, there was a lot of bleepage last week.
They're really no.
Sorry about that, dude. Yeah, that was a lot of editing there.
There was bleepage until you corrected me and you wanted the fartage because you can't say it's on the podcast.
Gotta put it in the. You gonna get a fart in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome to Rock and Roll.
You want to fart the as well?
Yeah.
Okay, fart in the.
Let's have some continuity here. Yeah.
Welcome
Okay,
to
off to a great start.
Welcome to. That's been Rock and Roll the podcast. Welcome to Rock and Roll the podcast. My name is Dr. You know the gang, right? Episode 29.
Wow.
Yeah, episode 29. And remember, episode 30, Tom Nelson is going to taste the Jepson's Malort. So that's next week. Look forward to that.
You want to? Why don't you use the Jepson's Malort to chase a pickled egg?
Please no.
It could happen.
Oh,
it
God,
could
please
happen.
Don't
man.
know.
Just make sure you show up to work really high and numb that day.
Why would that be different than any other day?
I promise, dude. I'm telling you, if you open that up and eat one of those, I'll throw up. I will absolutely sympathy puke.
Yeah, I can't
even be near it.
I'll watch it.
I'll leave. I swear to God, I'll leave.
I'm a Dakotan.
Okay.
That's what we do. They sell those at the gas station, at every gas station. You just pick them out with a tong and give them 50 cents and away you go with a pickled egg.
Okay, allow me to play the mom card for a minute. If they sold pickled goat, would you eat it?
No, I don't eat those either, but somebody is, and I'm sure you would find somebody to eat goat too if you pickled it. You pickle it, they'll eat it.
I'm getting an image in my mind right now that just needs to go away.
Pickled goat.
Yes.
Now, do the need farted out as well?
I don't think
so.
Just leave the okay.
Yeah,
Let's change it to Goat Richards.
Big thanks to Rick Box for creating this cup, by the way.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Way to go, Rick.
He pretended like he was challenged when we were at Disneyland together, and I pretended like I was his handler, and so he made me a cup.
Well, that's how you make friends.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Real classy people here.
You know what? I am going to use the goggles if I do the eggs, though.
You should.
Because the vapors from the
keep
jar.
yourself safe.
If you guys do the eggs,
Safety
I'm
first.
literally getting up and walking away.
No.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta be a part of this. You're the lead of this.
No. Okay. No. This is where I'll draw the line. I'll be the lead of the podcast if that's what we want me to be until we reach egg 30, and then woo,
Egg 30, you're out.
I'm out.
What about a
That's
strategically placed garbage can down there? I mean, it's okay.
So I can
man.
puke in the can?
Yes.
I have one down here that I've peed in 4 times already.
Ooh.
We've got a can of pee. Today's show. Already a can of pee in its own right. Today's episode, we are talking about when we kind of got our heads together and kind of called it the things that are bullshit in rock and roll. And we're narrowing it down. The Grammys just happened.
Yeah.
And so the Grammys are bullshit, as is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is bullshit. Now, this originally kind of came up when I found the awards for rock and metal.
Okay.
Now, to clarify, in case you're just checking this out, 3 of us are rock and roll DJs. 2 of us are on an active rock station, which is the new, fresh hard rock that comes out, on the charts right now. And Tom is doing sort of a classic rock hybrid.
Right.
So,
And you're doing both.
yeah, that's right. And I'm on both stations. So it's not like we don't know what we're talking about. And it's not like we don't see the charts and see and hear the stuff that's hitting new. So here are the bands this is who was up for and who won Best Rock Performance at the Grammys.
This year.
This year, 2021 Grammys. Grace Potter for Daylight. Brittany Howard for Stay High. Haim for The Steps.
Haim.
Yeah. Phoebe Bridgers for Kyoto. Big Thief for Not. And Fiona Apple for Shamika. And Fiona Apple won the Best Rock Performance.
And Fiona Apple hasn't been significant for 20 years?
Not as far as the charts go.
Bad girl.
Yeah, no, don't
Was
get
that
me wrong.
95?
Yeah.
90?
And I think Fiona Apple is crazy talented.
She is, but she's not a rocker.
Not a rocker. Now,
I didn't know anybody on that list except for her.
No, I knew Grace Potter, but only because she was on a Government Mule record. I mean,
okay.
I've seen her. I haven't heard her own stuff. I've heard her cover other people with different bands. Now, the Best Metal Performance: Power Trip, Poppy, In This Moment, which we play In This Moment, Code Orange, and Body Count. Of those bands, we play one of them. And is that the single we're playing? Are we playing the in-between? Have we played?
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's the only band on that list that I know.
Those
Okay.
are bands that sound like categories on Jeopardy. I really don't know.
Vape juice flavors.
They really do. And I mean, I could go down the list and list off more artists and albums and songs you've never heard of, because this is Rock and Roll, the podcast, not whatever they're calling rock and roll. The podcast.
And we've talked about it on the podcast before. It's that injection of alternative music into the rock chart. Where in the 90s that made sense because they were very much one of the same genre.
Yeah.
I mean, you were a little more poppy and alternative, but overall, you had 90% of a crossover there. Now, Fiona Apple, that's the kind of stuff that's dominating the alternative charts.
Yeah.
And there are corporations that are still trying to fuse the two formats together, but it doesn't work anymore.
You and I have been to a convention that happens once a year. It's the Happens Festival. It takes place in Vegas. Tom, you'll be going with us the next time it happens. And
That was good.
thanks. All right.
Power plant.
Anyway, did you just throw in a little power plant?
I did.
Just a little
Real quick.
power plant.
Real quick power. My favorite is the real quick Blaines. Just Blaine.
So
It
anyway,
makes sense to us, and that's all that
hey,
matters.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's all about us.
So we go to this convention, and the last time we were there, they were really pushing the fusion of active rock, which is the hard rock, and alternative. And They're not even the same species anymore.
No.
Once upon a time, alternative rock, let's go way back. And Tom, you'll remember this. It actually might be a little bit before your time. In the 80s, alternative was like the college bands, like the Depeche Modes,
right?
The Cure, REM, B-52s. They would fall into that category. Then, as we moved into the 90s, the alternative bands became the grunge bands. Nirvana was alternative. Soundgarden was alternative.
Right.
Which, of course, it didn't take a rocket scientist to understand that was just hard rock with wearing a sweater as opposed to a leather bullet belt, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So here's the thing. What I'm trying to say is this. Alternative has turned into a lazy term because it can mean anything. Oh, it's alternative. That's because you don't know what to call it, right?
That's it. Because you'll have everything on the alternative chart from Lord to Disturbed to Godsmack to Fiona Apple.
Yeah. Exactly. It doesn't mean anything anymore. So as a result, they've called it alternative. They won't take the rock off the end of it. They'll call it alternative. It lands on an alternative chart, which then gets lazily, sloppily thrown into consideration for rock awards, for rock tours, for rock radio. It's not that it's bad music, but it's just not rock music.
But it's got to have a label.
It has to have a label. Yeah.
And it's always thrown me because this is not the first year that the Grammys have completely botched the rock categories. It's been that way forever.
Jethro Tull beating Metallica?
Yes,
anyone?
exactly.
Wasn't that 1989, I think?
I think so, yeah. But I know you're a big Jethro Tull fan.
Loves me the Jethro.
Oh, wow. Now he's going to play flute.
Quick, somebody get him the Jepsons, my lord.
Or an egg.
Like and subscribe. Power plant.
Power plant. Power plant. Power plant. Did you ever go bass on that one? That was cool.
I've never taken it low.
I think did I do it then? I've already forgotten what I did.
I don't know. Would you want to do?
It's an abomination. I wish it would go away, but I have to participate, and so
it's awesome. And I wish you would do the clap with me.
No,
just try it. God, and you're lagging. You're lagging.
Well, I cut my finger yesterday, and so I can't clap real hard because I had an open razor blade in my desk, and I didn't see it when I went to grab the highlighter. So piss off.
An open razor blade in the desk? Oh, my.
Yeah, I'm real smart. Real smart. It's just, no time to close it. Let's just throw it in there.
Throw it in there. I don't know why it's in there. It's okay? You okay?
I was just seeing if your dick fell off somewhere.
Oh, yeah, long ago.
Okay.
Long ago.
Where were we?
Well, we were talking about my falling off.
And Jethro Tull made me go comatose.
Really?
Really?
But Jethro Tull beat Metallica in the rock category.
It was 1989. The first hard rock heavy metal Grammy was given to Jethro Tull the year that Metallica conquered the world.
Yeah, 89 was a huge year for Metallica.
And Justice for All was the album that came out in 87, 88. They were on that touring cycle. They'd put out the video for One, which was incredible. And they were gearing up to do the Black Album. And they got hosed by a 30-year-old band with a flautist up front. And it showed right there. These guys, they're going to screw this up. They don't get it. They've never gotten it. And it's continued. And it ties... Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, it's really like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The whole nominating process is just BS. I was going to drop the other, but I'll be nice. But it just shows to go that it really is BS.
It really is.
Because every year it changes. It seems like what are the criteria, in both cases, and it's all comes, you guys know this as well as I do, it all comes down to the almighty dollar.
That's it.
In one way or another.
And Rolling Stone magazine, their Jan Winner is the guy who's until recently was the guy behind the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So the band
and some attorneys too.
Good, because there's nothing more rock.
Let's get some lawyers involved.
There's nothing more rock and roll than a goddamn lawyer.
Lawyers in love.
Well,
lawyers, guns, and money.
It's more of a pay for play situation, isn't it?
Well, no, you don't buy your way into the Hall of Fame, but you do have to pay. Apparently, and I got it. We talked about this once, and I got the details slightly off. You are let's say the three of us had a band. Let's call it Rush.
Okay.
So we're Rush. We go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay, and so we all get to go for free. Our guests. Let's say you were bringing your wife. Let's say you were bringing, I don't know, some hooker.
Okay. Again?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was footloose and fancy free. You would have to spend $10,000 and $10,000 to bring your guest.
$10,000 a ticket.
$10,000,
and I'm the
ticket.
winner.
That's it.
I'm the drummer from Rush.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm sorry. That means you've departed.
I'm dead. Very dead.
Okay, then I brought your wife.
Okay. At least you're taking care
Seinfeld
of
just
her.
went through my head. And I slept with your wife.
Whoa!
Remember that one?
I do.
Seinfeld?
It's Seinfeld,
It's
not
a Seinfeld
real.
reference, not real.
The whole show's going off the rails again.
Oh, no.
It's okay.
Here we go. Watch this. Talking about the Hall of Fame, though, and the $10,000 tickets and everything, there's a dinner, and I read where at least one instance where who got in was determined by how many tickets they could sell. A big name,
like
a big name.
grade school
You're
raffle.
kidding
No,
me.
a big name. That's not going to draw enough people to sell these tickets to make money. So we need to drop the doo-wop group and put in the big name.
Oh my!
This happens all the time.
It's so
That's why it's
gross.
BS, man.
No, I know that there are a lot of people that complain too about, and I'm not one of these people who complain about hip hop artists getting in or soul artists or whatever. For me, at the end of the day, it's all still when it comes to the Hall of Fame, it's all rock and roll to me. I think that they're just saying, popular music, and that's what they should call it.
Right.
But so I don't have a problem with the Run DMCs of the world getting in, or Public
But
Enemy.
that doesn't roll off the tongue like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Popular Music Hall of Fame,
Exactly. But
featuring Fiona Apple.
Where I run into problems is when Jan Wenner and the lawyers are involved, and they're picking these obscure artists that are important to them. Mm-hmm. And ahead of, like I said, the Go-Go's still aren't in the Hall of Fame. The first all-girl group with a number one, they're still not in.
Do you want to go down a brief list of
Do
the
you have
people?
one?
Yes.
Okay,
who are not in the Hall of Fame, and this will blow your mind like it blew mine.
Let's call this list, That's Bullshit.
I love it.
That's bullshit.
That was awesome.
It's really nice.
For the Punkers, New York Dolls, not in.
Whoa!
They should be in.
They should be in. MC5 is not.
Okay.
Iron Maiden
That one
Isn't in the Rock and Roll
is
Hall
not
of
in the
Fame.
Rock and Roll Hall of
and
Fame.
they've outsold them by themselves have probably outsold 10 Hall of Famers put together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, without Iron Maiden, there's no Metallica.
That's it. That's it. Exactly.
What about the Guess Who? That's older, but still,
Yep,
they're
still.
fantastic.
Absolutely.
Sammy Hagar individually is not.
Okay.
Jethro Tull is not.
Okay, look, Jethro Tull, I'm not a fan, but yeah.
Yeah, even though there's a flautist.
Exactly.
Pat Benatar
Ooh,
is
How
not
bad in there?
Is not.
bad.
Yeah, bad form.
Yeah.
Judas Priest.
Another one. Judas Priest has been around for 40 years.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Joe Cocker.
And
Whoa.
Oh,
the fuck.
just blew his mind.
Joe Cocker, as in, what would you do if I is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Nope, can't cut it. Not
wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think look, it's bullshit. The Hall of Fame, congratulations to anybody who makes it in. But for those who don't get in, you're in good company. You're actually in fantastic company.
I've always wondered why there isn't an award show specifically designed for rock. Like the country folks do that.
Right.
You have the Academy of Country Music Awards. You have the CMA Awards. You have the CMT Awards.
There's almost too many.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a ton of them. And you would think that there would be at least one. And there used to be the Much Music Awards in Canada.
Okay, that's right.
Much Music became, I think it's called Views or something now. But Much was a fantastic, it was like MTV.
I remember.
That rocked and played music videos
That's
up
right.
until the very end when they switched up. And I've always wondered why nobody picked that up and ran with it, because there's so much happening in rock, especially now when you consider what the alternative chart looks like, what the metal chart looks like. There's so many offshoots of rock. You could make a full award show easily.
Yeah,
for
sure.
just the rock genre.
Is it too intimidating a task for somebody, do you think?
Probably just fear that nobody would show up.
Right.
That's the thing. It's turned into a snake eating its tail. Well, rock doesn't draw like it used to. Well, you're not pushing it anymore.
Right.
Yeah, but that's because it doesn't draw like it used to.
Right.
Okay, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just the snake eating its tail. It's so bad that, like I said, I think last week, the rock bands are going to have to continue to play guerrilla warfare, and they're going to have to do more of it. They're going to have to team up to do it. The people's music has always been rock and roll. It has been forever. I don't think it... Matter of fact, when we first kicked the edge off the active rock station that we're on...
2014?
Yeah, I think I remember like our Facebook page at one point said, rock is the people's music. It always has been. So I don't think rock and roll is going to go away no matter how much they try to bury it. But it is well and buried right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And will they be able... Could we have our own award shows and our own actual Hall of Fame again? Maybe, but it's going to take an infusion of money. And the only way that the money's going to get back into the game is if people go out and buy concert tickets. And lots of them.
Yeah.
Get in the pit. Get in front of the speakers. Get loud. Get online. Back your bands and back them loud. Back them hard. Buy their merch to keep them on the road so they can continue to do what they do. Because the labels and the A&R guys gave up a long time ago.
It's the concerts and stuff that are going to drive the record sales, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because at the end of the day, the other stuff that we just talked about, the award shows and the Hall of Fames and whatnot, that's all bullshit. It's a giant commercial to continue to feed itself.
Yeah.
Rock and roll itself has to do, at this point now, they're going to have to do their own heavy lifting. But rock music can, because rock music doesn't go away. Rock music doesn't die.
Rock and roll is here to stay.
Oh, it will never die.
There's so much of a dedication to the art too in so many rock bands. I mean, there's so many rock bands that I don't know. Maybe I'm getting off track here, but it just seems like the dedication in a rock band. You don't hear of pop groups piling into an old bookmobile that they picked up from a salvage yard, driving all around the country so that they can lose money at the skate park after bowling alley after
Exactly.
But rock bands, they're so damn determined. They'll get there. So rock is alive and well.
Absolutely. Don't ever let anybody tell you that rock is dead. And if they try, you tell them they're a dirty, dirty liar, and they ought to enjoy a pickled egg. Remember, these pickled eggs. Hold on, let me bring the jar up.
You gonna pop them?
Yeah, no. The pickled eggs.
I got way too excited about the idea that maybe we're going to open the jar.
1 week.
Amish,
here we go.
Amish wedding brand. They're naturally good.
Brought to you in horse and buggy.
Do you need, for next week, do you need a little Tabasco or something?
Are you really going to eat the egg? Are you really going to eat an egg?
I'm thinking about taking a bite.
So
here's the deal.
30,
I'll qualify this. The smell. Of course, pickled anything has pretty much
it's gonna
smell like vinegar.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not taking that one that's got the crack in it, though.
No, and the crack once again this week a little bigger,
and I swear the egg juice a little darker.
A learning thing right here, kids. Stay away from the crack.
Remember, kids, and remember, don't put that in your mouth. I don't know why anyone would.
The egg now looks like it's going.
Get me out of here.
So let's review episode 30. Our friend Tom Nelson, the elder statesman of Rock and Roll the Podcast, is going to taste Jepson's Malort, the worst liquor in the world. He's then going to have with it at least part of a pickled egg. The moment that jar opens, I'm running for the hills.
Or how about if we do a two-parter? 1 week the Malort, the next. I don't know. We'll see. Let's play it by ear. Let's wing it.
Okay.
This is Rock and Roll the Podcast. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want.
Also coming up next episode, as per suggestion by your lady friend.
Yeah.
This is going.
No, read this.
What is that?
Read the note first.
I read the note and then I got afraid to say it because I want to keep this thing PG-13.
Yeah, let me see how dirty the note is.
Well, she suggested where I put that.
No, she's suggesting not. She's telling you don't put it there. I'll read the note. My girlfriend.
Go ahead. Okay.
Left this note here on the set. It says and first of all, there's a box with a monkey in it. And the note says, "Dear Brock, I found this. I believe it's yours. Please don't put it in your butt. Love, Santa."
Sorry, she said beehole.
Beehole. Love, Santa. By the way, my girlfriend is. I am not dating Santa Claus.
Thank goodness.
Sure?
Pretty sure. I'm straight. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's. That was a really great bit of advice from her.
Yeah, because left to your own devices. Whoa, oh. Tom's taking a call on the snack line.
Yeah, we were talking about toys and buttholes. Can you get me on Polka the podcast? Just whatever you got to do. You're my agent. Get on it. I'm sorry. What were we talking about?
Did they were they able to hear you? Because I think it's still off.
Yeah, do you have the phone set on off or loud?
Son of a bitch!
I knew it. How did we do today? How do you feel about the podcast today? Are you pretty happy with it?
You're not rapping already.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I think we've really done some good work here. I mean, we called bullshit on what's bullshit.
Yeah.
I said goat.
I didn't put this in the b-hole.
And I got a call from my agent about Polka the podcast.
And I promise you, our sponsor is getting ready to bail. As a matter of fact,
Blaine.
we even came up with an exit strategy for our sponsor when we let him off the hook nicely and how we will bid him farewell, because we already know it's going to happen. So if there's anybody out there ready to jump into his stead when he steps out, let us know.
He ain't stepping out.
You don't think so? You think Blaine's going to stick around?
This is high quality programming.
This really is.
We have a green screen now.
Hey, what are you going to put on the green screen?
I don't know yet. I haven't thought about it.
Okay. Because I'd like to react.
Don't put a goat up there, whatever you do.
No
man.
goat.
Okay.
Goat
Richards, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See,
Now it got weird again.
Yeah, it got weird. There's this weird goat energy in the room now.
There's a first time for everything.
Okay, there's our first T-shirt. The first T-shirt that Rock and Roll the Podcast puts out just says "Goat Energy."
No, what about the roadie?
Oh yeah, Smokey, the horse that roadied for bands.
Yeah.
My son he'll be the first one to buy one.
Really?
I think he'll make it.
Okay, so there we go. We need somebody to design the Smokey, the horse that liked to roadie shows T-shirt, and Goat Energy.
We're gonna make a mint.
Nope. We're not going to make $5. And that's been Rock and Roll the Podcast. If you've enjoyed the podcast,
I know I have.
You're high.
Are we really wrapping?
I think so. We're
yeah, but I think that thing rolled for a good 15 minutes before we got on.
I think we're still good. All
right, piss on it. We're done. Bye. Leaving.
No, wait. No. No, we have to close this like goddamn grown-ups.
Since when?
Never stopped us before.
If you have enjoyed this podcast, please share it with a friend, share it with a loved one, share it with an enemy. But God, please share it with somebody, because we are constantly trying to grow. And like we say, like and subscribe. We're trying to get the YouTube channel numbers up. So pretty please with sugar on top. And I guess you can click the bell too for notifications.
Hey, by the way, what happened to the sugar cubes that were in the Balanced Rock studio?
Oh, we've been out for a while.
Well, they were my snack food.
Okay, well,
I know you were purchasing them for your coffee.
Yeah.
I was eating them for lunch. And I noticed the other day that they're gone, and I was pissed. You can't do that with the sweet and low that I bring in.
Until the next time, my name's Dr. Nick.
Where's the goddamn sugar?
That's Brock Johnson. That's Tom Nelson.
Sugar, da, 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 da.
Until next time.
Honey.
Yeah,
bye-bye. Okay, ready for the freeze frame?
Yep.
Until next time, I'm Dr. Nick, that's Brock, that's Tom. Peace, love, and rock and roll. We're out of here.